Welcome to the UHS Hive YouTube channel. I am Susie Dobbs and I'm joined by Caleb McAdam. We are your team tonight for senior night at Upperman High School 2023 and a little pregame for our upcoming football game against DeKalb County. And you know what? This game tonight, Caleb, can put us at 10-0, which has only happened 2 other times in school history.
And that would be so crucial for this team going into the playoffs, making sure they have the highest possible seeding that they can get. They get the best competition for their standards that have, make sure that they're getting as far in the playoffs as possible. It's going to be really great to see if they can pull off that, give the school another historic moment to look at.
Absolutely. And we're already in the playoffs. So it's not about getting into the playoffs tonight. It's about putting that 10-0 record in the history books.
It's more about putting us on the map. Schools need to look out for us. They know we're already ranked number 2, but they need to treat us like we're ranked number 1.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the DeKalb County team that is facing our Upperman Bees tonight. They were hurt last year, and at the beginning of this season they didn't have all their players, but now this is a different team, and I think they might be ready to come out and try and destroy our record.
Absolutely, and they are 5-4. They are in the playoffs right now thanks to their 500 record. And it doesn't matter who wins this. Either way, we're first in the division. They're 4th in the division. So the only thing that really comes from this game is just divisional rivalry. And, it all comes from the back of Malachi Trapp for the Tigers. He had a 5-touchdown performance last week against Sparta and the 20-point comeback that they had. Very impressive victory for them. How are they going to carry that into this game where Upperman has such a strong defensive unit, only allowing around 8 points per game throughout their first 9 games? What are we going to see from the Tigers?
Well, we're big bad Upperman. What do you expect?
Absolutely. It's just something you're going to have to watch for. How is the defensive line from Upperman going to handle someone like Malachi?
Yeah.
I think it all stems from Clayton Harris and from Eli Bullock. Those are the 2 guys that love playing defense. They love what they do on that defensive line, and they love throwing people to the ground. How fast are they going to be able to break people off of him and get him to the ground?
Absolutely. It's got to be kind of bittersweet for our seniors, too, because this is potentially the last few games that they're going to be on this field for Upperman, and
Absolutely.
It's got to be emotional.
Yeah, they have at most another, not including this one, another 4 games at the most. Going into the semis would be the last time that they would get to play on this field. And it's so hard to look over the accomplishments that these seniors have had. Clayton Harris has been the staple of the Upperman defense the last 2 years.
The sacks that he was able to do in the last few games,
he's such
amazing.
a playmaker. He's a playmaker.
Absolutely.
And not only is he a playmaker, he's a mood changer. He gets to that quarterback, he changes a team's whole mood. He just makes their day miserable. And then you look at your teams that are like you think about your teams your players. You look at Eli Bullock. He may not be the flashy in the sack department, but he loves getting those TFLs. He loves racking up his tackles. And he's such a stat patter in that way, and he loves doing it.
Absolutely. And I think the maturity of Bronson Chaffin, he has come so far this season to the point where he just looks comfortable out there, and you just never know what you're going to get from him. He may choose to keep the ball himself, and who's going to stop him?
No one.
He's over 6 foot tall, and he's built nobody's going to stop him. It's going to take 3 or 4 guys to stop him.
You have a sophomore quarterback, 16 years old, and he's built 6'4", 195. It's going to take a semi-truck to stop the freight train that is Bronson Chaffin.
Absolutely. And he's not going anywhere. Like you said, he's a sophomore. So we're going to get to see him for a couple more years, and that's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to watch how his career develops.
Absolutely. His development is probably the one thing this Upperman team looks forward to the most. see from the couple of games that he played his freshman year to what he's been doing this year now. You know, throwing for about 9 touchdowns, taking another 9 in on the ground. You know, he's been the Upperman lead scorer this year. Obviously, at that quarterback position, it's a little bit easier, but he's also been leading them, not including his passing touchdowns. That's a hard thing to do for a quarterback, you know, especially since kickers. But with Upperman not really utilizing the kicking game for field goals, it gives him a perfect opportunity to come into this offense, show people that he is going to be that main guy on your offense, and he's telling college scouts, I'm ready. I may be young, but I'm ready. You need to start looking at me.
Absolutely. It's like, I mean, you watch him throw smooth like butter.
It is. And, you know, his deep ball has drastically improved from the beginning of the year. You know, you go back to that Lebanon game, he had that beautiful pass to Branson Turnbow that went for about 75 yards and a touchdown. And, you know, it's improved since that. It's looked better. It's been a tighter spiral. It's been more consistently accurate. You know, it's amazing seeing what this quarterback has become in such a short time. You know, only playing about, 10, 11 games so far in his career.
Absolutely. You know, I just can't say enough about this Upperman Bees team. You know what? They're gritty. They're gritty. They want it. And we'll see what happens tonight.
Absolutely they are. And, you know, this DeKalb team, they're coming in. They're not as a rough unit as some of the other teams in this division are. You know, you look at the 4A Region 4 division, and you see these teams that love to pound the ball on the ground, which DeKalb loves to do, obviously, with Malachi Trapp. But it's not the same level of physicality from this team that you see from a team like Upperman. You see from a team like Macon County. They play softer.
I'm going to say it again, Caleb. It's because we're Big Bad Upperman. There's nothing more you can say. Big Bad Upperman. I know there's been people that are sick and tired of hearing about Big Bad Upperman, but you know what? Big Bad Upperman can play the game, walk the walk, and talk the talk.
They absolutely can. You know, you love seeing them play, too. Even when they don't have the most entertaining games, you know you're in for a good game of football because that defense is just going to show you, hey, we're going to give our offense every chance that they have that they can get to get that ball into the end zone, and sometimes we're going to do it ourselves. I mean, you've seen Branson Turnbow.
I was just going to say, Branson Turnbow, you know, from the beginning of the season with that pick 6, okay, look, Branson plays boys volleyball. Look, I've seen Branson jump. I know the boy has some mad hops, but I was up here screaming and yelling and jumping up and down. I was like a proud mama watching him get that ball and return it. He's a track star. He's a track star, and he can jump. Who's going to stop him?
And I mean, Branson Turnbow is such a key piece to this Upperman school. I mean, not only is he the star receiver on this Upperman Bees team, not only is he on the boys volleyball team, not only is he a track star that holds an Upperman record, he also is the starting point guard for the Upperman basketball team.
Absolutely. I mean, the kid, is there anything the kid can't do?
Honestly, I don't think there is. Maybe baseball. I don't know if he can swing.
He used to play baseball, too.
Wow. You know, you learn something new every day.
That's the thing, the depth of Upperman sports. You're going to hear about all of the teams here at Upperman because we just keep improving better and better and better. The Lady Bees volleyball team just had a trip to state, which was only the second time in school history. And our basketball, you don't even have to say it. Lady Bees basketball, that's all you got to say.
You know, even if they don't have the same success without, the likes of Brooklyn Crouch and Abigail Johnson, they're still going to be that unit that you fear in this division solely because of Coach Dana.
Absolutely.
She's one of the most winningest coaches in this region.
Absolutely.
And she has, 700 career wins, 3 state champions.
What about our Bees baseball? Bees baseball, state championship program there too. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
It just goes on, and we're Big Bad Upperman. That's all I can say.
Yeah, 2 years ago, you see the girls volleyball team win the state championship along with the boys baseball team. And then this year, boys baseball, they decide they're going to go right back to that state championship game. They don't get to pull out the W on that one, but, it's still such an accomplishment for such a small town. They went up and played against Greenville. Greenville is a very high-respected team in the 4A region, and they went out there and showed them, hey, just because you guys think we're small, that's just going to fuel us. That's just going to make us play better. And, they played them hard.
Here's the thing about Upperman, and because we're a small school, you have athletes that are diversified. So they play multiple sports. And it's just like, I'm going to go to what I know, horses. You have an all-around horse that can do reining and cutting and run barrels. That's the best horse out there. So it's the same thing with our Upperman sports.
You talk about horses, I think one name comes to mind. That is Ethan Polk. You look at this Upperman football team, no one has more yards per game than Ethan Polk.
No? Are you about ready to start? All right, we are going to go now to Mr. Fanning and our senior night festivities right here on the YouTube Hive TV channel, and we will be back shortly for the start of our game.
Good evening and welcome to our 2023 Upperman High School Senior Night. Tonight we would like to recognize our seniors and thank them for their hard work and dedication to Upperman High School. We will start out tonight with our senior football players and managers. First up, Evan D. Briggs. Evan is the 17-year-old son of Robert and Julia Briggs. He has played football for Upperman High School for all 4 years and was named 3 times to the first team all-region team. His fondest memories are getting an interception and making memories with all of his teammates. Elijah Warren Bullock. Elijah is a 17-year-old son of Mike Bullock and Ashley Ballard. He has played football for Upperman for all 4 years. He was also named All-Region Defensive End in 2022. His fondest memory so far was getting revenge on Stone Memorial last week, 48-6. Cameron Brody Bush. Cam is the 17-year-old son of Amanda and Derek Bush. He has played football for Upperman all 4 years and was named first team all-region in 2022. He is also a member of the Upperman basketball team. His fondest memories are going to the semifinals in 2021 and beating Stone last week, 48-6. Hey, John. Jaleric John Colum. Jaleric is an 18-year-old son of Trista Cartwright. He has played football for Upperman for 3 years and was named the 2021 Scout Team Player of the Year. He is also a member of the Upperman track team and was part of the fastest 4x100 team in school history. His fondest memories have all come from camp week with all of his teammates. Robert N. Cox. Ian is the 17-year-old son of James Cox and Amy Wright. He has played football for Upperman for all 4 years and was named first team all-region 2022. He is also the student body president, beta president, member of NHS, the 30-plus ACT club, and is an AP scholar with distinction. His fondest memory so far is getting revenge on Stone and celebrating the region championship with teammates, coaches, and fans last week. Blaine Jordan Gurley. Blaine is the 17-year-old son of Raina Chrysler. He has played football for Upperman all 4 years. His fondest memories are being at football camp and going kayaking after practice with teammates. Clayton Matthew Harris. Clayton is the 18-year-old son of Michelle Johnson. He has played football for Upperman all 4 years and was named the Region Defensive Lineman of the Year in 2022 and has been a 2-time first team all-region. He is also a member of the Upperman basketball team, was part of the Final Four team his freshman year. His fondest memory was going to Tennessee Tech and beating Cookeville 34-0. Nathan Carey Ledbetter. Nathan is the 17-year-old son of Carey and Karen Ledbetter. He has played football for Upperman for all 4 years. His fondest memory is getting to play all 4 years with his best friends. Zachary Thomas Maynard. Zach is a 16-year-old son of Kimberly Maynard. He has played football for Upperman for 3 years. He is also the treasurer of FFA and a member of the Upperman track team. His fondest memory is going to the semifinals. Zachary Grayson Neal. Zach is the 17-year-old son of Jimmy and Christy Neal. He has played football for Upperman High School all 4 years. He is also a member of the Upperman track team and FCA. His fondest memory was getting to represent the U on the field alongside his brother. Nathan William Paris. Nathan has played football for Upperman for 2 years. His fondest memory was going to summer camp for the last 2 years. Carlos Quintero Condell. Carlos is a 17-year-old son of Veronica Gondel and Carlos Quintero. He has played football for Upperman for 2 years. He is also a member of the Upperman soccer team. His fondest memory was getting to kick an extra point for the first time. Jackson Lee Rollins. Jackson is the 18-year-old son of Lacey Greenwood. He has played football for Upperman High School for 3 years and was named to the All-State team in 2021 and named 2-time Region Running Back of the Year. His fondest memory was the Saudi Daisy win in 2021. Jonathan Marcus Rushing. Jonathan is the 18-year-old son of Wendy Western. He has played football for Upperman High School for 4 years. His fondest memory was getting to go into the game at Red Bank in the 3rd round of the playoffs and getting the win to advance to the semifinals. Bryson Nathaniel Harris. Bryson is the 17-year-old son of Jennifer Benor. He has played football for Upperman all 4 years and is also a member of the Upperman track team. His fondest memories are all on the rides home after a win. Braxton J. Speck. Braxton is the 17-year-old son of Tony Speck. He has played football for Upperman for 2 years. His fondest memory was beating Stone Memorial last week, 48-6. Ramsey Allen Snook. Ramsey is the 17-year-old son of Kristen Harville and Nick Camp. He has played football for Upperman High School for 3 years. He is also the vice president of FFA and a member of the Upperman track team, where he holds the score record for the fastest 400. His fondest memory is beating Stone Memorial last week. There's a tree. Bo Sebastian Stanfield. Sebastian is the 18-year-old son of Bo and Brandy Stanfield. He has played football for Upperman for 2 years and was named the Region Kicker of the Year in 2022. He is also a member of the Upperman soccer team. His fondest memory was kicking the game-winning extra point against DeKalb County last year. Jason Lynn Thomas. Jason is the 17-year-old son of Deanne and Johnny Thomas. He has played football for Upperman for all 4 years. He is also a member of the Upperman track team and was a sub-state qualifier in the 200 and 4x200. His fondest memories were all the summer camps with his friends. Did we see any more football players? Is this the last one?
There's one more.
That's it, right?
Looks like it.
Zeke James Unger. Zeke is the 17-year-old son of Ron and Tricia Unger. He has played football for Upperman for 3 years and was named the player of the game against Fayetteville this season. He is also the president of FFA, a member of National Honor Society, Science Club, Peer Buddy, the Upperman track team, and was the first Upperman student to attend Governor's School for Agriculture. His fondest memories were state conventions for FFA and grill masters with his pops. Haley J. Johnson. Haley is the 17-year-old daughter of Debbie Mace and Celinda Harden. She has been a manager for the football team at Upperman for 1 year. Her fondest memory was deciding to join the football team as a manager and falling out of a chair at least one time every practice. Please give a round of applause to your football seniors. Let's hear it one more time for the football seniors. Next, we would now like to recognize our football cheerleaders. Taylor Jean Claiborne. Taylor is the 17-year-old daughter of Chip and Renee Bennett and the late James Claiborne. She has cheered for Upperman for 3 years. She is also a member of UHS Beta and was elected as football homecoming attendant sophomore and senior year. Her fondest memory so far is cheering on the Lady Bees to winning the state championship and cheering on our football team 9-0 and being region champs. Lola Catherine Henderson. Lola is the 17-year-old daughter of Lindsay Frizzle and granddaughter of Kara Frizzle and late Jimmy Frizzle. She has cheered for Upperman for 1 year. This year at camp, she was selected for the UCA Leadership Award. Her favorite memory as a Bee was cheering on the Bees to a 9-0 record so far and making memories with my best friends throughout high school. Timbriana Elizabeth Roche Mahan. Timbriana is a 17-year-old daughter of Timothy and Ursula Mahan. She has been an Upperman cheerleader all 4 years. She is also a member of the theater, select choir, Beta, National Honor Society, and student government. She is this year's Miss Upperman. Her favorite thing about being a bee is being able to look back and see all the amazing friends she has made through her involvement at Upperman. Kate Elizabeth Smith. Kate is the 18-year-old daughter of Charity Wilson. Kate has been an Upperman High School cheerleader all 4 years. She is also an FCC LA president, a member of Beta, National Honor Society, and was homecoming attendant. Her fondest memory as a bee is always supporting the bees with friends that became family. Josie Gail Underwood. Josie is the 18-year-old daughter of Jared and Jackie Underwood. She has cheered for Upperman all 4 years. She is also a member of FCC LA Beta Club and is a peer buddy for Miss 5. Josie's favorite thing about being an Upperman bee is coming together under those Friday night lights, cheering on her friends and family on the field, having her cheer team right beside her with some of her friends also in the stands yelling with them. But the best thing about Upperman is that it isn't just a school, it's a family. Madeline Ainsley Wilson. Maddie is a 17-year-old daughter of Bratcher and Shelley Wilson. She has been the cheer manager for 1 year. She is also a member of Beta, was this year's football queen, and is an FCC LA officer. Some of her favorite things about being a cheer manager are traveling to away games and competitions with her girls, supporting her favorite 9-0 region champ football team, and just being a part of the Upperman tradition of football Friday nights. Please give a round of applause to your Upperman football cheerleaders. Next are Upperman Marching Band seniors. Skylar Rose Bowie. Skylar is a 16-year-old daughter of Ron and Charity Bowie. She has been in the marching band for 3 years and is also a member of the National Honor Society and the current band Sweetheart. Her favorite memory of the band is when the color guard will circle up and answer the question of the day. Boys, we got time. Irene Cuevas Rodriguez. Irene is a 16-year-old daughter of Michael Cuevas and Alma Rodriguez. She has been in the marching band for 5 years. She has been a woodwind captain in the band and is currently the drum major. She is also a member of HOSA. Her favorite memory of band is going to state championships and winning first place drum major in this year's competitions. Brooklyn Davis. Brooklyn is a 17-year-old daughter of Michael Egley and Shannon Davis. She has been in the marching band for 6 years and has been the woodwind captain. Her favorite memory of the band was going to state championships last year and the summer trip to Ohio. Elizabeth Lynette Evans. Elizabeth is a 17-year-old daughter of Stacy and Melissa Evans. She has been a member of the marching band for 3 years and is also a member of the choir. Her favorite memory of the band is seeing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame while on the trip to Ohio. William Eric Thomas Jackson. Will is the 17-year-old son of Brian and Marcy Jackson. He has been in the marching band for 6 years and is also a member of esports, choir, and commercial music, where he won an award. His favorite memory of the band is participating in state championships and winning first place in their competitions this year. Tyler Blake Jeffries. Tyler is the 17-year-old son of Billy and Lori Jeffries, Allison Bumelo, and Patty Bowman Bell. He has been in the marching band for 5 years and is also in the choir. Tyler has been voted most improved during his years in the program. His favorite memory of the band was coming off the field after his first ever performance and hearing the crowd cheer. Ezra Adam Jernigan. Ezra is the 17-year-old son of Adam and Allison Jernigan. He has been in the marching band for 4 years and also performs in the jazz band. His favorite memory of the band was getting a black eye while playing Monkey in the Middle. Jacob Daniel McAfee. Jake is the 17-year-old son of John and Lisa McAfee. He has been in the marching band for 6 years and is also a member of the choir, jazz band, and the academic team. He has been a soloist for the marching band, winner of the John Phillips Salsa Award, and was first chair trumpet in the All-Mid-State Band. His favorite memory of the band was getting to conduct his arrangement of Shenandoah for the 2023 spring concert. Morgan Allison Lane. Morgan is the 18-year-old daughter of Nikki Lane. She has been a member of the marching band for 4 years and has also been a member of FCA, Student Government, Beta, JROTC, Choir, and NSHSS. Her favorite memory of the band is having a blast on the bus on the way to football games and all-day contests. Noah Pena. Noah is the 17-year-old son of Franklin and Andrea Pena. He has been in the marching band for 4 years and a low brass captain. His favorite memory of the band was prank calling people during the Ohio band trip. Lim Alexander Harry. Lim is the 17-year-old son of Clay and Jessica Perry. He has been in the marching band for 5 years and is also in the jazz band. His favorite memory of the band is when Mr. Netherton would read random song lyrics as if they were poems on the bus rides home from competitions. Lydia Mae Tower. Lydia is the 17-year-old daughter of Chris and Tracy Tower and Dale and Tish Harris. She has been in the marching band for 6 years, and her favorite memory of the band is all the bus rides home from competitions and all the drum circles. Emma Upton. Emma is the 17-year-old daughter of Mark and Whitney Upton. She has been in the marching band for 4 years. She has been a trumpet soloist, section leader, and has made the All-Mid-State Band for 4 years. She is a member of Beta, NHS, and the academic team. She has also participated in the Vanderbilt program for talented youth in astrophysics and was a member of the Governor's School for Science and Engineering. Her favorite memory of the band is all the bus rides to the competitions. Please give a round of applause to your senior band members. We would now like to recognize our dance team seniors. Maggie Mae Dunlap. Maggie is the 17-year-old daughter of Mandy Cope and Adam Benson. Maggie has been a member of the Upperman dance team for 1 year. She is also a member of the UHS yearbook staff. Her favorite memory as a bee is choreographing and learning new dances with her teammates. Freya May Klein. Freya is the 17-year-old daughter of Christine and David Klein. Freya has been on the Upperman dance team for 2 years and is this year's co-captain. She is also active in Upperman Theater and is a member of the UHS Select Choir. Her favorite memory as a bee is dancing during pep rallies and halftimes. Abigail Eileen Lawson. Emma is the 17-year-old daughter of Angie and Ronnie Lawson. Abigail was a member of the Upperman dance team for 1 year as a dancer and 1 year as a team manager and videographer. She is also a member of the UHS soccer team for 4 years. Her favorite memory as a bee is dance practices and the Universal trip. I'm talking so much I'm getting tongue-tied. Luz Davina Guadalupe Eufema Padilla. Luz is a 17-year-old daughter of Pedro and Maria Padilla Arredondo. Luz has been a member of the Upperman dance team for 1 year. She has also played soccer for 4 years and has been a member of the UHS Select Choir for 4 years. Her favorite memory as a bee has been going on choir trips and making new friends each year. Please give a round of applause to your dance seniors. We have one more senior tonight. We started broadcasting live football games this year with our school, with our production team. And we have one senior that has done every football game this year. Mr. Isaiah Scholes. Isaiah is the 17-year-old son of Adam and Sarah Scholes. He has been with our production program for the first year. He has also been in the Mamma Mia production, and his fondest memory as a bee is being the broadcaster for the Upperman Bees. Please give Isaiah Scholes a round of applause. We would like to thank you all for attending tonight and support of our seniors, their families, and our football team. Now let's get this game started. We are Upperman, go Bees!
All right, we are back with the NFHS Network and the Upperman Bees Hive TV student-led broadcast. I'm Susie Dobbs, and I am joined by Caleb McAdam, and that was great. That was great to honor our seniors, and Isaiah is going to be up here shortly.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to be down there next year myself.
As soon as I get set up,
It's gonna be
we're
fun.
starting, so you can go ahead and start. We're fixing to do the national anthem.
So we are getting ready for our Upperman band to come out. No, our Upperman choir. Sorry.
Band should be
Upperman choir is going to come out and lead us in the national anthem. The UHS dance team wants to say a huge thank you to their generous sponsors: Cookville Boat Dock, J&G Auto Diesel Repair, the Shoe Carnival, Light Rock 95.9, Meadows Homes, and the Zoo Crew Pediatric Dentistry. Miss Emily Phillips is on the field to lead the Upperman choir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your hats. As the Upperman High JROTC, commanded by Cadet First Sergeant Austin Cope, presents the colors for tonight's game. Please remain standing as the Upperman choir sings the national anthem. Tonight's color guard members include Cadet Second Lieutenant Alex Wallace, Cadet Second Lieutenant Moses Davenport, Cadet First Sergeant Maddie Scripter, and Cadet Sergeant First Class Gabe Britton.
It's not every day you hear an alto section that loud.
That was awesome.
Thank you, JROTC and Upperman High School Chorus.
It's really awesome to see all the seniors, and there's a lot of choir members that are seniors too, and this, for some of them, is going to be the last time that they're on that field to do that, and so it's, again, bittersweet and awesome to see.
It is, and that's just one of the bittersweet parts about graduating. You're looking into high school, you're thinking, oh, this is gonna suck. It's gonna take forever to get through this. You look back on it. It's the most time you ever get with your friends, and you gotta cherish it.
That's right. And I can speak. Caleb, you're still in high school. I am not. I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, I'm not. And your high school years are the best times of your life. And you're looking back on it and be thankful for all the time you spend with your friends and do things like this.
Absolutely. And now, as they walk over to the giant beach, the Upperman Bees football team is coming on out, and this crowd is riled up. They're ready to see that 10-0 season.
They want to see the Big Bad Bees go 10-0.
3 times in 10 years would just really seal the cake on the senior season. It would be something you really want to see.
Absolutely. Everyone's excited. Cheerleaders are excited. The dance team.
This is, even though significance-wise it's not there, this is the biggest game of the year for Upperman. It's senior night. They have the ability to get that 10-0 season. You already know the seniors are going to come out here. They're going to want to dominate.
Absolutely. So now senior Isaiah Scholes is back on the broadcast, and I'm going to turn it over to Isaiah.
Thank you, Miss Susie. Thank you for sending me over to this broadcast. I'm happy to be back. Caleb, what do you think is going to happen in tonight's game?
I think we know what's going to happen. We're going to see an Upperman Bees win. But, if we look at our crucial players here for tonight, I said it last week, I'm going to say it again, because he had such a great night. Ethan Polk. I think he's really going to be a difference maker in this game. You see DeKalb County, their defense isn't exactly what, a high school program would want. They do allow about 3 to 4 touchdowns per game. That's something you can't do. Ethan Polk had 2 touchdowns in 38 seconds last night. It'd be great to see him repeat somewhat of that success.
Absolutely, and Ethan is a big part of this team. He's been the heart and soul of the running back room and the offense. He's really helped out, getting us points, doing whatever he needs to get the first down. And another key player, Clayton Harris. How do you think he's going to do tonight?
It's senior night. I think we're going to at least see 1 sack on this DeKalb offensive line. And it's so hard to stop him. You saw last week, we're sitting up in this box. We get a better angle at it. the sheer power he has behind those arms to just throw the lineman to the side. He gets back at that quarterback faster than anyone in this region.
He absolutely does. He's really fast. He's really reliable. He can get you the ball whenever he wants to.
And he loves to.
And if he needs to. Especially last week, forced fumbles, interceptions, bad throws by Stone's offense last week, but the defense really helped him cause that.
Absolutely. The pressure that he applies to the quarterback, that gives those, gives him the reads that force those interceptions. Even though you did see a lot of receiver drops last week that did lead to those interceptions, you got to realize if you have an Upperman receiver within the vicinity, it's a bad read.
It's a bad read, absolutely, but that's what that defensive line does. They cause pressure and force the quarterback to throw the ball. Whenever they have immediate pressure, they force them to make those bad reads. They force them to make terrible plays. And welcome to senior night here in Baxter, Tennessee.
As your Bees are about to take the field. They got sparks flying, and it's all about the seniors tonight, as the Big U is ready to make their extent to 10-0.
DeKalb has made their entrance onto the field. Now it's all Upperman. Here they come, your 2023 senior night Upperman Bees. The fireworks are already flying. You know it's going to be a good game. Absolutely. And it all starts on offense, and it also starts on defense. Defense. You got to pound them hard, starting off strong, force a couple turnovers here and there. I think it'll be a beautiful game. I think the Bees win 35-20.
I'm going to say this defense finds a way to stop Malachi Trapp. I think they find a way to stop this DeKalb offense. But I saw, obviously, with the soft zone coverage that Upperman runs, they're bound to at least let up a touchdown a game. With the way that the offensive line blocks on the kick unit, I'm going to say final score. I'm going to give us. I'm going to agree with you with the 5 touchdowns. I'm going to say 34-13.
You think Sebastian misses a couple and gets a 2-point conversion?
I don't think it's that Sebastian misses it. I just think that it gets blocked.
Absolutely, and it's all based on the special teams unit, whether they like him or not. Because this is a big. Sebastian has lost locker room respect, in my opinion.
Absolutely, he does.
And the players have said that Sebastian has lost that respect because of his attitude, and that the coaches would rather start Carlos instead of Sebastian, but Sebastian is putting in that work to keep starting.
Absolutely. Anyway, it's something that you just can't see at this level. You see the NFL players that have the bad attitude like Antonio Brown, and that just throws away their career.
Absolutely. Antonio Brown, Des Bryant, people who've been wanting money, and it's all about the money in the NFL. But here, it's all about respect, and Sebastian has lost that.
And here we go as DeKalb County kicks off to Upperman. It's going to be returned, but it is fumbled.
He gets out of it a little bit, but it's stuffed around the 15-yard line.
That is a very sloppy play there from Upperman. You saw last week with Stone Memorial fumbling on their kickoff, and that led to an Upperman touchdown. If DeKalb had gotten that ball there, that would have set a tone for this game that you don't want to see as a Bees fan.
No, you don't ever want to see that, but it's going to be important that the Upperman Bees start off on offense and start driving down the field, getting down as fast as they can.
And that's what they're so good at. They're so good at starting these games off hot, especially against regional opponents. Obviously you have the games like against Livingston and against White House where they did start off slow, but that's mostly because they had no grudge against them. And that's something you see here. They have no grudge against DeKalb. Obviously, they have not lost to DeKalb since 2016.
Here's the fake handoff. Bronson takes it himself, goes to the left, and it gets about 5 yards on that carry. Smart carry, smart play, way to make a cut there when you could have lost a couple yards and gained 5.
You look at Bronson, 6'4", 195, you're thinking, he's going to try and run through me every time. But he's not. He has the ability to be shifty when he needs to get there. I'm not saying he's Shady McCoy, but he has the ability to juke a defender.
Absolutely, and he reminds me of a taller Lamar Jackson with his speed and shiftness.
Just not as fast. If he was that fast, we'd have quite the threat here at Upperman.
Right, and we haven't seen that in forever, but we have a good running back room.
It's a pass.
The handoff going
Bronson Chapman going deep for Branson Turnbow, but it's overthrown.
Cannot get it.
And you know, that's something that we haven't seen from Bronson Chaffin since kind of the beginning of the season with those overthrows. You know, last week he did kind of have an underthrow with Branson Turnbow, just waiting too long, not getting the ball out fast enough, and it did lead to that pick. Right there, you just see a quarterback who's, you know, he doesn't know how strong he is.
Right, and it's 3rd and 5. You got a good running back room. Why don't you give it to Ethan to try to get the first down here? Because he's done really good as of late, and
you know, last
you just
week,
got to keep giving him the ball and start having him do some progression, getting the first down, doing what he needs to do.
You know, last week he took the second play of the game to the house. You know, you want to see that repeated success.
Roll out to the right, short out route to Cam Bush. Cannot get the first down, but he's close.
And, you know, this is the territory. You know, even though Upperman is backed up inside of their own, you know, line,
they're giving him the first down there. It looks short at our angle, but we're going to give him the first down. They might have had a different look at it.
You know, absolutely, you could have known. But even if it was 4th down, you know, those 4th and short situations, you know what Coach Kane loves to do. He loves to get his quarterback out to the outside, use his extended frame to just bust out there, get the first down. I think it's had like a 90% success rate so far this season. No one's been able to really stop it.
Absolutely, and he's a big dude. He can bowl you over, but he can also get around the edge.
Yeah, and he can just reach over. I mean, you saw it last week with this touchdown. He just jumped.
Fakes the handoff to a screen pass to Carmine.
Carmine Phillips with some real estate. He gets about 11.
He gets close to the first down marker, maybe the first down marker.
I believe he got it there. He looked like he was swung out just past it. You know, not kind of a late hit there, not the kind of hit you want to see given to a receiver.
Yeah, but there's also extended momentum that can cause that.
There is, yeah. And they do good. They do get the first down there. Great throw by Bronson Chaffin, getting that little quick bubble screen out there. Great blocks by Cam Bush and Branson Turnbow. You know, really setting the edge for their buddy there.
Absolutely, and it's 1st and 10 once again. They're driving down the field. I say if you're Coach Kane, call a run play to get Ethan on the board.
Absolutely. You know, he hasn't even had a carry tonight, and you know, I understand it's 5 plays in, but when your guy is averaging 112 yards per carry, there he goes.
He does get
there
one,
he goes.
and
Good.
He gets about 6 yards on that carry. That is why it's really important to give him the ball when you need him to.
It so is. I mean, when you have a running back who's averaging, you know, 112 yards per carry, is tied for the most touchdowns on a team with 9. I mean, a touchdown a game? Come on, give him the ball.
Give him the ball, he'll get you that big gains, he'll give you the first down, and heck, even more. It's either first down, 6 yards, or a touchdown. And it's always been that way since the start of the season.
Absolutely. You know, he's like a high school Christian McCaffrey in the stat category, because, you know, Christian McCaffrey, he scored in his last 17 games straight. Ethan Polk has scored in pretty much all the games this season.
Fakes the handoff.
Bronson Chaffin gets there, gets about 3 yards on the carry.
He gets about 4 on, about 3 or 4 on the carry.
It's going to be about a 4th and 2 for the Upperman Bees. 3rd and 2, my bad. Let's see how they go about this. You know, you're seeing a lot of the handoff fakes, and you know, you're seeing a lot of option. I can definitely see Coach Kane saying, Bronson, I want you to take this ball. I want you to just go with it.
Absolutely. Or it could be a quick screen pass to get him the first down as well.
Upperman loves running those quick screens. You know, they don't have the high success rate on them, but, you know, when they work, they work.
Absolutely, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a screen pass because there's not going to be any blockers. Man in motion, handoff to Ethan Polk.
And Ethan Polk's going to plow through, and he's going to get into the Cass County territory.
He has 3 players on him, and he's still running. And got the first down.
It's like what we were saying last week. You know, he's got those long legs where he's just able to carry people because he's rooted to that ground, and he's just going to drag you with him because it takes more than one man to bring Ethan Polk down. It takes a team.
In order to get him down, you got to go low.
You got to.
I know it's going to suck if he gets injured that way, but that is
how you stop him.
That's how you stop him because of how strong he is on the upper body level. You got to stay low and hit him in like the shin area to get him down.
1st and 10 for Upperman Bees on the Cab 47. We got a rollout pass. Bronson Chaffin setting his receiver, and it's overthrown.
But Cam was in the area, so it's not going to be intentional grounding.
No, I mean, you see Bronson, he tries to lead his receivers a lot. You know, whenever he's getting out of the pocket, he wants him to go downfield because, you know, he knows he's got that strong arm that can really get the ball flying. It's just a matter of not doing too much.
Absolutely. He can get it flying, you're correct on that, but he has to put in the amount of, he you gotta figure out the amount of strength.
It's all
I
about
know
putting in
it's-
that touch.
Yes, I know it's early. I know it's early on in the game. He'll eventually find his rhythm when it comes to passing. But right now, he's 1 for 3 on the night passing.
You know,
No, 2 for 4. I'm sorry.
and this is a crazy thing to say, but this amount of time last week,
Defense shifts.
this amount of time last week, Upperman had already scored about 3 times.
They did end up stopping Ethan Falk there. He didn't get anything on the play. 3rd and 10.
You know, this is a situation you don't typically see Upperman in. You know, I don't think I've seen a 3rd and 10, 3rd and long from Upperman team all year long. You know, I obviously I think they're going to throw it here, try and find a seam. Because there's not much you could do on a 3rd and long when you're on your opponent's 47.
Right.
26 is in. 6 is
You're
in.
on their side of the 50,
got 4
and you
and
got
13
really good
over here.
possession. 3rd and 10. I suspect a pass here by Upperman.
And you know, the one guy I think they're going to try and get it to, I think it's going to be Branson Turnbow.
It's tight.
I think it's going to be Carmine because of, look at their defense. They're going in zone coverage here.
Bronson's out. He sends a receiver downfield. This one got Cam Bush, but he throws it above his head. That is not the way the Bees wanted to start out their first drive. You know, you got to really commend the DeKalb County defense here, holding one of the better offenses in this division to a punt on their first drive. Something you don't typically see.
No, you rarely see that, and here comes Jalera Cohen to go hunt this football.
You know, we didn't see him last week. I don't think Upperman punted the ball once last week.
We did not. We either scored or we got into their territory and we gave up the ball by interception or on down. We did not punt last week at all.
We didn't see an impressive performance from Jalera Cohen against White House, you know, with his punts. They weren't going very far, so let's see how far this one goes.
It doesn't look to be very
Kind of a
far,
bad punt.
but they're going to force him to...
There you go.
Oh, it's a good punt. Get him inside the 10.
Theo Brown will do it. You know,
They're going to be down at the 6-yard line. That's really good field position for that Upperman Bees defense. You know, safety, you could get a safety here, or you could force an interception or a fumble.
Yeah, Theo Brown had to be a little careful there, about ran into the returner, and that would have cost Upperman big time. Would have given the Capitals 15 yards on once the ball was spotted. But, you know, he does a great job slowing down his momentum and then finding a way to get right where the receiver, you know, he gets out of the way of it.
Yeah, that was a great 39-yard punt by Jalera. It was really good. Way to spot the ball down at the 6-yard line. Important possession by DeKalb here.
We got a bubble screen to Malachi Trapp, the man who had 5 touchdowns last week, and he goes for a good amount of yardage, tackled by Cam Bush.
That's a big dude right there. What is he, like 6'3", 6'4"?
He is quite tall. Malachi Trapp is 6'2", 185 at the running back position.
That's a really big running back over there.
But he doesn't, you look at Malachi, you don't think, oh, he's huge, he's got that size. You think he's got electric speed, he is so shaped in the backfield. He's able to make people miss. He's got such good closing speed.
He does, and that's what the defense needs to worry about is him. He does really good on the offensive side, almost a tip by Upperman, but is down.
That's a good tackle there.
Around the 15-yard line, does not get the first down.
There you go again, Cam Bush making another great tackle. I mean, obviously, you want to see that ball get tipped. It was so close. If you're up in the big stand here at the Catfish, you're so happy with the way that play was ran.
He almost got a hand on that, and it would have been huge if he did. Now, that was going to be 3rd down and 2 here on the Cap side of the 50, down at the 15-yard line. Snap. It's going to be fakes the handoff.
Down by a swarm of bees in the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down. And it looks like the Cavs taking out the punt team.
Wow, what a slow start by both teams. I would have suspected at least a little bit of fight in Upperman's offense, but they got nothing going.
And on the other side of the ball, you expect to see the Cavs at least get a 1st down. I mean, this is the team that scored 35 points with 1 player last week against the Sparta team.
Which we barely beat Sparta.
We did, yeah. I mean, we had those 2 turnovers inside of our own red zone and then the onside kick, and we just did not put our boys in the right situation.
Almost blocked, might have been blocked.
Not the best punt, but as good as he could get, and this will be down at about the 46.
It'll be down at the 46. I feel like that number 1 over there for Upperman, it's not Rollins who touched it. It was number 52. But his jersey number is 1.
Caden Muncie.
He might have gotten a hand on that.
You don't get to hear a lot from Caden Muncie. He's a junior. He doesn't get too much playing time, but when he goes out there, especially on special teams, he puts his heart and soul into trying to make Coach Kane happy. And I think that's one thing he does really well.
He does. He plays his heart out no matter what.
We got Theo Brown in there for Carmine Phillips and Elijah Fitzen for Cam Bush at receiver.
Ooh, but it's going to be thrown to Branson down there on the left side.
Pass complete. Turnbull
About
on the
6 or
reception.
7 yards there. It's going to bring up an Upperman 2nd and 3. I think absolutely. I think we know who this ball is going to. Number 21, Ethan Pope. I think he could get it right up the middle.
It looks like Theo Brown's being subbed in for Carmine Phillips or subbed out for Carmine Phillips, and Cam Bush is now in for Fitz.
And that's Upperman's blocking package. Those are the receivers you typically see on their passing plays, yes. But if you look at it, whenever Upperman's running the ball, they love to have those 3 guys out there: Branson, Cam, and Carmine.
They're really good blockers. They're really strong. They can block the edge. False start by Upperman, going to set them back 5 yards.
That could be a drive killer. It's 2nd and short. Obviously, 2nd and 4 there is now going to be back up to a 2nd and 9. And now it's as if, they just had a 1-yard gain on the first down. And it's not something you want to see. It's something you see a lot from Upperman, but it's not something they should be doing.
No, they shouldn't. They need to be more disciplined. But, they're angsty. They're hyped up. They're in the zone. And they got to remember the snap count.
It's easy to say that they're in the zone, but this is not the same motivation that they had last week against Stone Memorial. I mean, obviously, this is a team that they beat by 1 point, not a team they lost to by 1 point in the year prior.
Right, and they're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's nothing that really changed. Ethan Paul gets a strong carry for about 5 yards. Back to where it was before. It's now 3rd and 4. Yeah, 3rd and 4.
I mean, you look at the rivalry that these guys have. It's been so one-sided over the past 5 years. The Upperman doesn't even really care about playing DeKalb as much as they should anymore. This is a DeKalb team. They are 5 and 4. They're nothing to scoff at. They have those key players that will get on you if you do not make sure you're keeping them in check.
Absolutely, but Upperman has already won the region. They're already regional champs.
They are, and DeKalb can't get past 4th place.
Right, and I feel as though Upperman thinks they don't have anything to lose.
Heck yes!
And a quarterback
Good job,
keeper there
dude.
from Bronson Chaffin,
Good job.
he does get stuffed.
Punt unit comes right back onto the field.
My team's ready. He's talking to him. They're going out there.
Yeah, Coach Kane's going to talk to the punt team, tell them what they need to do. I feel like they're going to pin them deep once again.
This is what we were talking about earlier before the game started. There's no motivation here against this team. It's just like they were playing against White House. Against White House, you saw a very slow start from Upperman, actually being down, I believe, 14-0 at one point before scoring their first touchdown. I don't think we're going to see them get down by more than a score at one point in this game if they do, but they need to get on it.
And that's a horrible punt by Jalira.
It did go high.
And it does not take a bounce for Upperman. It takes a bounce for DeKalb. They'll be down at the 32.
It goes high, but if you want your punts to go high, you want them to go far. And I don't know why Coach Kane has not had Sebastian in taking punts. And it's not like he kicks a whole lot of field goals for this Upperman team, considering he typically likes to go for it on 4th down. So it doesn't make sense as to why he's not punting. It could be, what if it is part of those locker room issues that we were talking about earlier?
It could be, and it's a really big issue if it is. And I expect not a lot of playing time by Sebastian here tonight.
It really hurts the Upperman team because he does have such a good leg.
Short pass to number 1 on the DeKalb side.
Ryan Lyons, and he gets a first down. DeKalb's first of the night, and he will get near Upperman territory at about the 45-yard line. And this
Upperman down at the 43-yard line.
This Upperman defense needs to take that play. They need to take it, and they need to wake up.
And once again, you were talking about that soft zone. They did it once again. They gave them a first down zone.
And even when it is man coverage, with this Upperman defense, you typically see the quarterback in shadow the receiver 10 yards back.
Right, and once again, that Cavs off zone really hurt them there. Fakes the handoff to the keeper. Doesn't look like he gets much. Maybe negative one.
You know, that's something I was not expecting to see coming out of this, into the first quarter from the Cavs. You would expect every carry to be going to Malachi instead of, the keepers. But, that could be because Upperman is trying to crack down on Malachi to where the quarterback sees it. He's like, oh, I can run out and get this, but not against the best run defense in the region.
No, and that's why they're slinging the ball. They know that Upperman's corners are a little weak on their side, but they also know that passing defense is not as good as their run defense, so they're going to chug and throw the ball more than what they should.
Also, one on the play brings up 2nd and 11. Quarterback's going to roll out.
Short curl route there.
It's going to go to Ryan once again, but this time Ryan only gets a couple, maybe gets 4 or 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
An important 3rd down for Upperman here. Up and unsportsmanlike conduct by Clayton.
Oh, penalty.
That is a horrible penalty there by Clayton Harris. That's one of the leaders of this team. That's one of the stars, and that is something that's not a good example. It's senior night. You're leaving these boys behind after the next, 1 to 5 games. You got to be an example for them. Talking to the ref in any capacity, and you can't do it.
Yeah, that's a 15-yard penalty, and that will be a 1st down and 10 at the 38-yard line for the Cavs. That's not a penalty you should take. Clayton knows better than that, but he does be responsible. He does take accountability for that.
That's such a big play, especially for only being 50 seconds into the first quarter. A first quarter that was 27-0 last week for Upperman.
Ball gets around the edge, gets close to the 1st down marker, but will not get it.
Now you're seeing Upperman is really trying to collapse down on Malachi. They're just leaving that quarterback open now.
That is not something you see out of Upperman ever, especially with the run defense being the way it is. They give up the least amount of yards on the run. They give up least amount of touchdowns per rushing attempt. And this is not something you see ever out of Upperman.
No, we know Cat has a strong offense, but this is not what we were going to expect to see.
Here he keeps it again and will not get a lot there. Does not get the 1st down, taking 3rd and 1.
That's a good play by the Upperman defense, but there's a penalty. It's falling on the Cat, and that was going to be
2nd and 10. That's going to be 2nd down and 10 here for Upperman.
For the Cab.
Yep. In Upperman's favor. That's going to be 2nd down and 10 in Upperman's favor.
That's going to be a real helpful penalty for the Upperman Bees. Having that unsportsmanlike conduct that it doesn't exactly wave it off, but it definitely helps push it back.
Right. It's not something you ever want to see as that unsportsmanlike penalty because they could still be on their side of the 50, but Clayton took an unfortunate penalty there.
These fans are roaring. It's a play action passing. Clayton Harris
gets there. Ethan,
way over the head of his receiver, and we have a cheerleader unfortunately knocked over, but looks like she's going to be okay.
Ethan was slow to get up there for a second. He might have gotten the wind knocked out of him for a second. But he's going to be okay.
And it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the DeKalb Tigers inside of Upperman territory for the first time tonight, just on their 2nd drive. What do you think we're going to see here? Do you think we're going to see another quarterback keeper that can maybe go for some yards? Or do we see a quick slam to Ryan that can go for another 1st down?
I actually think there will be a bubble screen to Malachi. Malachi has that speed. He can get around the edge really fast, and I really think that would help. Especially with the fact that there's 2 blockers on the right side over there.
You almost got to think so. Upperman might be expecting something like that. And it is a pass to Malachi, but it will get blown up by Theo Brown.
Man over there just puts down a 6'2" man. 6'2" and what, 185?
Yeah, you can't discredit Theo there either. He's coming in at 6'1", 175. Yeah, he's got the 10-pound loss on it, but he is still a very strong player. He sits at the wide receiver quarterback position. He can get a whole lot of playing time, and that's a play that's going to show Coach Kane, hey, come next year, it's going to be my time.
Absolutely. It'll be his time next year. There's a lot of seniors leaving after this season, and
Cam Bush being the main 1-on-1 on that defensive, kind of defensive back. He plays that nickel position, but you typically see him in coverage.
Especially on the offensive side of the ball, too. He's going to start being the wide receiver 3 for wide receiver 2 or 3, Theo Brown is, because of the fact that Cam Bush is leaving.
Absolutely. I personally think it's going to be Branson, Fitz, and Carmine out there, but you absolutely could see Theo take place.
Theo just got to put in that work and really help out that Upperman offense in the offseason, put in that work, help however he can in order to get into that wide receiver 3 spot.
Really show Coach Kane that he's worth the playing time.
Absolutely. And he's gotten a lot of playing time, just not as much as a normal wide receiver 2.
It's going to be 4th and 12 as the Cavs use their punt unit, and let's see how far this one will go.
High snap.
Almost blocked again, and it is not a great punt.
Not a bad punt either.
But it will bounce into Cavs' favor and pin Upperman inside of their own 15.
Maybe at the 15 there. That's a good punt. It wasn't that great, but it was decent enough for them to get that bounce and pin them deep.
And Upperman, as good as they are, special teams is probably their biggest weakness. Obviously they allow a lot of their field goals to get blocked on the PATs, and their punt game the last couple of weeks, even though it wasn't used last week, has not been that strong. They haven't had those 30-yard booms from Sebastian that they've been wanting to see because Sebastian hasn't even been punting.
Absolutely. Out here on the field now for the wide receiver group is Branson and Elijah Fitz.
We could definitely see a speed option play from the Bees here.
Absolutely, or maybe a quick slant.
Got Jalir Coleman at running back as well.
Good run by...
Oh no, that was Ethan Paul. My bad.
Good run by Ethan there. Way to get a few yards. Way to get enough yards for you to set up. Good field position.
Gonna bring up a 2nd and 4.
Keep doing that, and you'll get down the field as fast as you can, but you can also conserve clock that way as well.
How about, you look at Ethan Paul averaging 112 rushing yards per game coming into this, is probably, if he gets a good enough game, could have more yards on the ground than even Jackson Rollins did in his sophomore year.
Fakes the handoff, pass deep, could not find the ball.
That's not. These are not the throws. You're typically seeing from Bronson Chaffin. Last week he was near perfect. He's been overthrowing the target. He has not been finding the right reads, and that one he just threw that into double coverage.
Right, that was not a good read. He was looking for his number 1 wide receiver over there in Branson, but could not get to him. Branson couldn't find the ball, and that's just not a good pass that Bronson needs to take.
Absolutely. What are we going to see here from Upperman on 3rd and 4? Are we going to see them trying to continue with their trickery and trying to pass the ball? Or are they just going to do what they know and run?
They got him to jump. That's going to be a first down.
A 5-yard penalty on the Cav. That's a great way. When I was at the practices with the Upperman Bees over the summer, throughout the first or the last months of spring, you see Bronson Chaffin try and make the second string defense jump a lot whenever they're doing through their walkthroughs. And he works. His quarterback cadence is very strong.
He's got that quarterback IQ. He just needs to use it. And way to troll the other team with the "got him" sound.
Upperman's got a very fun DJ when it comes to the sounds he plays for the other teams.
Absolutely. What do you look? Oh, fake the handoff, screen pass to Elijah Fitz.
Only going to get a couple there, but and they'll take it. Because they can get a run or a pass on 2nd down, get another few yards, and then they're in the same situation that they just were, where they can either try and draw the offsides, or they can just do what they do best and run that ball.
Right, and I feel like they should run the ball here, knowing that they have a good running back room. I say give it to Ethan Polk once again, or at least a QB keeper to get 6 or 7 yards.
With this formation setup, you're probably going to see either an option play or a run from Ethan Polk.
Right, because you got the 2 big blockers on the wide receiver group.
And it is a screenplay, but he will go fake deep.
And a hold.
Carmine Phillips will catch the ball, and he'll be down at the Fab County 20-yard line.
Oh no, there's going to be a flag on the play, and it's going to be against the Upperman Upperman offense. That is sad. It's doing a bit. That's going to bring that back. That stinks.
And once again, you're going to see a penalty from the Upperman offensive line to completely dismantle a play and potentially a try. You know, that's the one thing that they really need to get down on offense. They need to stop those offensive line penalties. They have so many and crucial moments, and that was the play that really would have sparked this offense. A huge throw to Carmine Phillips, and it's taken away.
Carmine's a little upset about it, as he should be.
Every right to be. Everyone on that offense, except for the player who had the penalty, has the right to be upset right now. The one who made the penalty, he's got to get it in his head. Hey, I got to be better than that.
And the Upperman offense line knows better than to do that. They're one of the least penalized group of offensive linemen in the 4A region.
And you know, it's hard to be penalized when your coach is as strict as Coach Kane is. You know, he really wants this team to be the best version of themselves.
Corner.
Elijah Fitz tries to bring that in, could not. It's going to be third and long. Third and a country mile, third and 16.
You know, this is a position you don't typically see the Upperman Bees in. I mean, even those strong defenses like White House or Macon County, they didn't put Upperman in a situation like third and 16, especially after a 40-yard passing play.
Yeah, Upperman's offense is just like shaken. They're like not mentally prepared, and that's what's killing them right now. They are hurting themselves by not being prepared.
They are.
I feel as though they're overlooking their opponent, thinking, it's just another Friday.
And you know,
they think they're going to win. If they keep playing like this, I don't see them winning.
And that would be something you don't want to see as an Upperman B. I mean, you got the 10-0 season on the line here to be the third time in the last 10 years, you know, dating back to 2013. You got to see it. If you're an Upperman B, you have got to see this 10-0 season, you know, because that's really going to give them that confidence and that power into the playoffs.
Right, but I don't see it happening if that offensive line continues to make crucial mistakes on holding penalties or false starts. I don't see it happening if Braunston can't deliver the ball right to the wide receiver group. I don't see it if the running backs don't get enough room. I just don't see it if the offense doesn't start producing.
No, absolutely not. But, you know, Upperman, they are a one-half team in my eyes. You know, typically they're a first-half team. But you have seen a couple of games this year where they have, you know, not really shown until the second half. And, you know, that could be one of those games where they, you know, they come out after halftime, they're like, hey, we need to pick it up. Coach Kane gets on them a little bit. Hey, you guys need to really show them who you guys are, who this undefeated team really is. And, you know, you could see them come out at the halftime and really start laying it on.
Right. Absolutely. But big bad Upperman, they need to figure it out and become a four-quarter team and not a one-half team.
Because that's really going to be the decider if they win state.
To the right, and he might have gotten the first down there.
Carmine Phillips with a great catch. You know, that's the throw you want to see from Bronson Chapman. You know, a throw that gets his receiver in stride, but not making him jump for it, not making him turn around for it. A good placed ball.
Perfectly placed ball is absolutely correct. You know, you got that 15-yard out route to the sideline, prevent it from being picked off by the defense. What a throw, what a catch.
And you know, that third and a country mile is now a 1st and 10 on the 35.
Braunston is in shotgun formation with Elijah Fitz and Branson Turnbow on the left side.
Ethan Falk on his right hip.
Absolutely. QB keeper goes out to the right.
Bronson Chapman gets
a little bit of room, but not enough.
You know, if it looks like if he did not get tripped there, he could have had at least 7 yards. You know, but DeKalb does a great job taking them down. They've done a good job all night on defense. You know, their quarterbacks are not getting the coverage that they really could be getting, but the Upperman receivers are kind of selling a little bit on some of these, you know, a couple of drops, but Bronson Chaffin is also selling on them, not getting them the ball where they need to get the ball.
Right, but I also think that DeKalb is playing like they got nothing to lose. They are going to play hard and hard and hard all night long and be on Upperman's tail all night long.
And you know, they really don't have anything to lose. You know, win or lose, they're going to sit at 4th in the division.
Good. 3rd and 4.
Right. That's going to be 3rd and 4 when a run by Jackson Rollins there.
You try and get the shiftiness factor of Jackson Rollins in with the power of Ethan Paul. It does grid. It gives such a great great duo. You know, it's kind of what you saw from Terrence Dedman and Jackson Rollins in the 2 years prior. Honestly, I think this one has a different dynamic. Obviously, you look at the Terrence and Jackson duo, they had a lot more yards and touchdowns, but the Ethan Polk and Jackson Rollins duo has been a little bit more consistent.
Right, and that's why you don't see a lot of Jalaric Cullum on the field unless you really need him to make that big play.
Which he had last week.
Jalaric makes either big play or bust, and it's no in between.
You
Fakes the handoff, rolls over to the right side this time. Might have gotten the first down.
No, it looks like he's going to be short about half a yard, maybe one.
They're giving him the first down there. And I know it's a fast game.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, as an Upperman fan, I go to this school, I gotta love seeing the first down, but that ball looked like it was about a half yard to a yard short, and honestly, I think that this should be a third, fourth down situation.
Right, but you also got to think, this is a fast-paced game as well.
It is already 7.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and it's scoreless.
Right, the Bees on offense, they're playing conservative. They're chewing as much clock as they can before giving the ball back.
And the defense is aggressive as ever.
Hand off to Jackson Rollins. Jackson Rollins gets about 8 yards on that carry.
And the flag comes
on the back end of the defense there.
Let's see what that's going to be about.
I don't know. It might be a face mask, but I do not know.
I mean, if it was thrown back in the secondary, and you do see the DeKalb Tigers, they are walking backwards, and it was a face mask on DeKalb.
It was, and it was close. I couldn't see it from up here, but they might have saw something way back there that there was a flag for.
You know, I wasn't thinking it was going to be an offensive line penalty, especially where the flag was thrown. So I think it was safe for Upperman there. You know, I'm glad we got that call.
Absolutely. That's a really big call for Upperman, and I don't know what they'll do. I think they continue conserving the clock or like chewing the clock.
Run it.
And continue to run it. Don't pass. You're doing good on the run.
Jackson Rollins still in there on the left hip of Bronson Chaffin, the big quarterback. Let's see where they go. And it is a handoff, and there he goes, and he's going to get to the left. He's going to get to the 20-yard line, and it's another first down for the Upperman Bees as they are in the red zone for the first time tonight.
It is the first time tonight. You know, we would have already been in the red zone if we didn't have that crucial holding way back into our own zone.
Absolutely. I mean, if that pass had connected, Upperman could probably already be up 6-7-0.
But, you know, nothing is lost. They're back in the red zone. They're going to do what they do best and run that ball in. That's what I feel like Upperman should do. Just continue running.
Bring it back to the 2021 season.
It's been working, and you just got to continue what's working. Ethan Polk checks in for Jackson Rollins on the left hip.
Watch hog.
It's going to be a keeper for Bronson. He's going to make a couple of cuts. Bronson Chaffin is going to have a good lane to pick up about 6 or 7 yards.
That is a really good lane there by Bronson Chaffin. You know, good read, seeing that it was also really good blocking too by the Upperman side, you know, pushing that defensive line to open up a big hole on the very right side, and that
obviously
A gap over there.
Offensive linemen don't get the credit that they deserve, especially at Upperman. I mean, you look at this offensive lineman, since 2018, Upperman has had one of the top linemen in the state. You might not see that again next year. You know, they are losing 4 of their 5 starting linemen, but, you know, they really are the ones that
handoff gets over. He's just chugging along and it's inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
That's going to be a first down for Upperman again. First and goal.
Goal run by amazing block by the Upperman side.
The ball's going to be inside of the 5. I think I know what we're about to see here. I think we're about to see Bronson Chaffin out to the right or left side. He's going to jump over that line, try and get in the end zone.
Just like he did last week. Or a handoff to Ethan Polk, one of the two. And I feel like you should give it to Ethan. He's been running people over. He can get it into that end zone really well.
Absolutely. With this formation, I think we are going to see Bronson go out to his right.
That's false start.
And there's a false start penalty. That's going to brack him up to about the 9.
And that's one of those rare false starts. I think it was on the center, or everyone but the center, because the center snapped the ball too soon.
How is that a false start if the center snapped?
If the center would have snapped it, it wouldn't have been false start. That would be a fumble. So it would be everyone but the center. Like,
Big Bad Bees.
Trying to bring it back to a first and about 9 for the Upperman offense, but they do, they get to keep that first down. So 4 plays, 9 yards. This is something that they're routine to.
and once again, give it to Ethan. You got to give it to Ethan here on this play.
They will give it to Ethan. Ethan Polk has a hole, and he will carry defenders down inside of the 5 once
They'll be
again.
down at the 2-yard line. Now you got to keep it yourself if you're Bronson.
Absolutely. Bronson Chaffin and Ethan Polk, they both are tied for 9 touchdowns for most on the team. Who's going to get the 10th?
I feel like it should be Bronson. Bronson should be the one to get this. He's at the 2. This is something you see that Coach Kane always does. Roll out to the right and jump over the line.
And that's the thing. He trusts Bronson so much in these short situations. You see it on 4th down all the time where he always keeps the ball in his quarterback's hands. That level of trust on a sophomore quarterback, it's something you don't get to see very often.
Oh, right there.
It's going to be the Polk, and Polk will get in to the end zone. Touchdown, Upperman, and they're going to be striking first. 6-0 in the final try.
What a start for Upperman senior night in the first half, second quarter. There's 4:07 left in the half. That's something that Upperman really needed in order to set the momentum.
Now here's something. Are they going to make the field goal? Obviously, Sebastian has the leg. He can do it. He's one of the most accurate kickers in this high school region.
But is the
Are the
line
blocks
going to
going to hold
block?
up? Yeah.
I feel like they should block.
And the blocks do hold, and that is going to make it 7-0 for the Upperman Bees.
That is a weird blocking formation. They just stay low and try to block. And that's why there's been so many blocked field goals. You pushing them up in order to block them, and that's on the offensive line.
It's almost like they're trying to run the tush-push for their field goal unit.
And that's something you don't need to do. You don't need to boost them up in order to get it.
And, if you're going to dive low, you're going to allow opponents will just push you down. They're going to get at them. It's not the same if it's a quarterback sneak. You're going to have people pushing your quarterback, so getting low is going to be fine. You're trying to get him over top of you. Here, you're trying to get a ball over top of the defense.
Right, and that's where you need to block high in order to hold them low instead of having them be low to the ground. Stay up. Hold those blocks at the shoulders to prevent them from getting their arm up and hitting that ball.
Upperman getting ready to kick off for the first time tonight, and we will have Ryan Lawns back to receive it.
Is Jalaric going to take Is Jalaric going to kick off too?
No, look, Sebastian's out there.
Okay. I did not see Sebastian. That's why I was wondering, why.
Even if Sebastian wasn't doing it, they'd probably have backup kicker Carlos out there kicking it off anyways.
Yeah,
that's true. And Lionels will be out there to receive
along with Trap.
From the B.
It's going to be a fairly good kick. It's going to go to the receiver. The receiver has a hole. He breaks a tackle, and he gets to the 40-yard line.
He breaks that tackle. He's gone. Because all he had to beat was Sebastian, and Sebastian doesn't have that closing speed like what Ryan does.
He doesn't. But Sebastian has made some pretty crucial tackles on the special teams this year. He's saved a few returns.
Number 9 is strong.
He has, and that once again, that special teams unit really showing that they're not as good as the defense or the offense.
Absolutely. It's a different thing. It's a different type of play. It's a different formation. It's a different unit.
Right, and once again, it looks like they're going to go in that soft zone.
There's another bubble pass at number 10.
Holding. There's going to be holding once again, but this time against DeKalb on number 2.
John Hendricks, number 10, getting that pass, getting that run. But, it's going to be calling back. They're going to lose 10 yards, and now they're going to be at the 30. What a bad penalty for DeKalb there. This has been so far a pretty penalized game.
Right, and this just shows that both teams tonight are being undisciplined. I feel like that's what Coach Kane is going to talk about in that locker room at halftime.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? Like,
Is KY
neither of these teams, they don't have much to lose. Both teams, they've made the playoffs. They've had their sealed, you know, their rankings are sealed. Both are sitting at 1 and 4 in their region. They're not going to change. The only ones that could change are Macon and Stone, who are currently playing out in Macon right now.
And that's going to be a big game between the two. You know, that can either boost. No, that won't boost DeKalb if DeKalb wins and Stone loses.
And Malachi Trapp getting the carry there, but a big bunch of bees is going to plow him down. Not really much to go off of there. You know, he was taken down kind of quick.
Right, but once again, like I was saying, that's going to be a big game between Stone and Macon.
Absolutely, for second in the division.
Right. If Macon wins, they hold for second. But if Stone wins, they end up getting second in the division. And that's going to be a huge game. But last week, Stone didn't do that on against Upperman.
They did not. If they had won that, they would have won the division either way.
Right, and that's what caused Upperman to play as hard as they did last week. You know, getting 2 touchdowns in 38 seconds.
Passing play for DeKalb here, and he's going to be pressured. He's going to roll out, throw it away, and that is going to be another incompletion. It's going to bring up 3rd and 14 for the DeKalb Tigers.
Pass incomplete.
You know what?
That was a bad play.
It was broken play, broken coverage, or not
Pressure
broken
by
coverage.
number 9.
Broken route,
Tight coverage.
tight coverage, broken route, and
The offensive line was
what a
decimated.
smart move by the quarterback to end up throwing that away. You know, he didn't force anything. He stayed calm. He just threw it away like he's supposed to.
And you know, this Upperman defense, you don't want to force anything against them because they have about 8 interceptions this year from about 4 different guys. They are not afraid to be ball hawks.
Yes, one of them being Ramsden over there, and another being Carmine. And I believe both of them are on the field.
Cam Bush, and he is going to get swarmed. Clayton Harris gets his 7.5 sack. Clayton Harris destroyed that offensive line right there. Obviously, the quarterback, he had time to get the ball away, but he did not have time to feel comfortable. And Clayton Harris shows, if you're going to hold on to that ball, I'm going to show you the turf, and I'm going to have you taste it.
Upperman just trying to switch out players as fast as they can. They are running to the sideline as fast as they could.
And you know, Upperman's going to get the ball back with about 2 minutes left on the clock, and
They're going to wind this down as far as they can before getting rid of it.
it's not a great punt, but it will still bounce. It's going to be about at the 38-yard line up Upperman. That's not bad field position with a minute 42 remaining on the clock in the first half. Last week, you saw Upperman had about 30 seconds remaining in the first half, and they went down there, and with 5 seconds left on the clock, Branson Turnbow on a deep crosser route ended up in the end zone.
Absolutely, and that's what makes their offense so lethal. They are such a balanced offense. You don't know what they're going to do. They're either going to pass it, QB keeper, or a run by Ethan Pope or Jackson Holmes.
You know, I know you could say it for a lot of teams, you cannot overcommit on one thing. But with Upperman, if you do it, they will punish you badly because they have the passing attack to go with their run game.
And there's a pass right there to Cam Bush. Cam gets about 5 yards on that pass. Tick. That time is ticking hard.
But you do see 3 timeouts from DeKalb and 2 from the Bees. You might not see DeKalb take these unless it's like a 3rd or 4th down situation. They're trying to get their offense back on the field. But you could absolutely see Adam Kane take one if the Bees get in a scoring position.
Right, absolutely. And I feel like they are going to same formation, shotgun formation. And 2 out to the left, 1 out to the right.
Roll out.
He's looking short.
Branson Turnbull will catch it, and he will make a couple people miss, and he will get the first down. Stays in bounds, though, as that clock is going to run.
Great pass by Bronson. I really thought he was looking deep to Carmine over there.
You know, I did too. What a remarkable catch by Branson Turnbow, moving his body in the air so that he doesn't get hit by that cornerback who's moving in, because that could have easily been an incompletion.
Same formation once again. They're going to go with the quick pass once again.
Cam Bush gets another catch for about 7-8 yards out of bounds.
That's going to stop the clock at 37 seconds left.
And this is what you want to see from Upperman. They're now inside of their opponent's 40-yard line with 40 seconds and 2 timeouts left. That is a scoring position for the Upperman offense. They've done it all year long, and they can do it again.
Absolutely, and they've got a lot of time. 2 timeouts, 37 seconds. That's plenty of time for them to get 38 yards into the end zone.
You know, if Patrick Mahomes can take the Chiefs down the field in 13 seconds to score a game-tying field goal, I think Bronson Chaffin can lead this offense with 37 seconds to get a touchdown before half.
Is it slide, coach? Or
Trips out to the left. Going to be pass. Looking
down the middle
deep.
of the field.
Cannot find anyone.
Gonna roll out and fall down. Maybe a gain of 1 there. You know, if he does not slip there, he could have had at least 10 yards. You know, you had that linebacker that was kind of spying on him, that was making sure he didn't go anywhere. That's good coverage by the Cap. They did a good job there.
There was a couple open people. Bronson just knows that he doesn't want to overcommit and throw that ball and have it be picked off. Smart play, just bad timing.
You know, Coach Kane does take a timeout there. 28 seconds left. You know, 9 seconds ticked off of the clock for a measly 1-yard gain there. It's not the play you want to see from Upperman, but you know it's not the end of the world there, because even if they don't score here, it's not like they're losing.
Right, and at least take a field goal before half. You're almost in field goal range. You know you have a kicker who has that leg. Just get him inside the 20 and kick a field goal.
The surprising thing is, though, that would only be Upperman's 2nd field goal attempt of the entire year.
And that's what stinks, is they're not using their field goal unit enough. Adam Kane knows that he's got the leg. He just doesn't trust him enough to kick that field goal.
And honestly, I don't think it's even that he doesn't trust his kicker. I don't think he trusts his line.
It could be both. I mean, once again, Sebastian has lost that locker room respect, has lost any confidence in kicking a field goal.
And you don't want to see it in a high school player.
No, you don't.
Quick pass to Bronson, or a quick pass from Bronson to Cam Bush. It's going to be a first down for Upperman. Only 3 seconds taken off the clock there to get a first down for Upperman.
That's all they need. They need to take those short passes, get down the field as quick as you can. Use 3 seconds each to get down there.
It's such a specialty for Upperman getting the ball out early, because you think Bronson Chaffin, you're thinking about those deep, aired out passes for touchdowns, but that quick short pass game, it opens up those deep posts that they love to run.
Absolutely, and it also can really help because you can take those short yardage and make it big yardage.
There we go. We're going to see it. And that's going to be pass interference.
Almost caught.
Well, I believe we are going to see pass interference, or at least defensive holding there on the Cap, which could give Upperman another 15 yards here.
It was holding. He was holding his left arm, and his right arm tried to make the catch.
Jackson Rollins is one of the fastest players on this field. He could
Holding.
have had that.
He did not hold him. That's definitely pass interference. If anything.
I think the Cab gets a little bit of a break there. They're only going to give up 10 yards instead of 15, because, let's be honest, that was pass interference, because that ball had already come out by the time he was grabbing on him. It was not too far before the pass was thrown.
Yeah, that's still not a penalty you want to take, though.
No, because now Upperman's close.
Upperman is close. 15 is bigger than 10, and it's really important. But you still don't need to take that penalty, not when you're trying to hold them.
Trips left.
And honestly, we're seeing the same formation from Upperman out here. It's been so different, though, because they're passing it to somebody different. They're having slightly open.
Rolls out to the left. Bronson takes a snap, looking deep, cannot find anyone.
He's going to run, and he trips
They
again.
have to use timeout. They got to use the timeout. They got to.
Bronson Chaffin has now had 2 trips on this drive. Adam Kane looks like he's going to take his last time out with 7 seconds here. Do we see Upperman run another play?
No, I don't see him. There's 7 seconds left. I think they give Sebastian a chance to kick a field goal here, and I think Sebastian just does a squib kick or at least a sky kick in order to run that clock even more.
I don't think they're going to send him out there. You look at that huddle, you see Bronson Chaffin still in there, Branson Turnbow still in there, you seeing all the offensive units in there. I think they might try to at least get one more play out, or even try and send it to the end zone. I don't know if they even trust Sebastian enough to send him out there in the first place. And that's something you don't want to see from this Upperman team. Take the points you can get.
Absolutely, but Sebastian on the sideline does look ready to go out onto that field.
You know, he's always ready. You know, you look at Sebastian, he is cocky, but he's got confidence, he's got swagger, he knows he can make the kick.
They're going to keep that offense out onto the field.
You know, I don't think that's a very good call there from Coach K, because this is about a 27-yard field goal, 24-yard field goal. Sebastian can make that.
It would have been a 34-yard field goal, because you got to add the 7 yards.
Plus the 10 in the end zone, you're right.
That would have been a 34-yard kick.
And he can make farther than that. I've seen him make 40 in practice.
I've seen him make 45 during warm-ups. I know he's got that leg. He can kick.
7 seconds on the clock here. It's going to be a quick pass to Branson Turnbull, but he did not catch it.
They got to kick him.
They're going to let him kick. They're going to give him a chance to kick a field goal.
If he makes this is going to be Upperman's second field goal the entire year to give them that 10-0 lead over DeKalb. That would be so beneficial come long run in this game with the way it's been going.
Yeah, but DeKalb comes out of the half with possession.
They do. But Upperman's defense has kind of swallowed them up. They have gotten a few really good plays and a few really good first downs. You know, they've had those penalties that have helped them out a lot, but they have not efficiently moved that ball.
DeKalb has just iced the kicker, and it looks like I don't know what they're going to do here. Are they going to keep him out there, or are they going to give the offense a chance?
They're going to keep him out there. There's no reason, to try and keep the offense in the air. I mean, I could see it. If this game was maybe 21-0 right now, I could absolutely see them, keep the offense out there. We're already up by a bunch. Let's just see how much we can run it up. Not in a situation like this.
This is a really sloppy back and forth game by both sides. The defense isn't really doing much on either side.
I think
the offense isn't doing anything on either side, on either team. And that's what's really going to be beneficial by the Bees if their defense can just hold up.
Right now, this is a game of grit. DeKalb County is not a gritty team like Upperman is. They are a flashy, pretty boy style of team. This Upperman team loves to wear out their opponents, and I think that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing DeKalb be worn out.
Absolutely, and Sebastian is out to kick. Is that another time? I don't think that's legal.
A second timeout in a row, unless it's a different rule in high school. Typically, you can't call back-to-back timeouts
and
there.
I am being told that they can absolutely do that.
Must be different in high school.
It must be, because I know that in the NFL and college, you are not allowed to do that. I know that Riverboat Ron Rivera tried to do that when he's with Washington. He tried to do that, and he got penalized for it for 15 yards.
That would have been a big penalty. If it was in high school, that would have given the Upperman offense, that's an easy field goal for Sebastian Stanfield to do.
Absolutely. It would have made it a whole lot easier, but it's going to be a 34-yard kick instead.
Here's the funny thing. Are we going to see him use the third?
Well, they're trying to get into Sebastian's head, and I don't know if it'll work or not.
We're going to find out here soon.
And
they will use the third timeout. And that's going to be another 30 to 45 seconds that Sebastian's going to have to sit there and contemplate how he's going to make this kick.
I didn't think you were allowed to use all 3 timeouts before the field goal, or at all. I thought you had to use one and then they had to run a play. No, I guess they can use all 3 if they wanted to. And they utilized all 3 timeouts to ice the kicker.
Apparently TSSAA, they just want to have fun with the way they're throwing out their timeouts. They're throwing it out like a billionaire throws dollars.
Throwing it out like Oprah Winfrey. You get a timeout. You get a time. Everyone gets a timeout.
Sebastian will come out here this time for sure to try and kick the field goal with 3 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if the ice has frozen his leg or if the DeKalb County Tigers are going to let it go through.
Now, this would be interesting if it worked.
You could absolutely
hold kick, and it worked,
and it is no good. And Sebastian Stanfield can't even get it 10 yards off the ground.
And that is why they do not kick a field